Good day. This is Ray. Today is Friday, October 3rd, 2025. For me, another day of learning and growing. Hope that you, your family, friends, and loved ones are doing well and staying safe. So forgive me. I'm a little bit tired. A lot of activity going on. Getting ready to move for the 11th time since 2005. Some of the moves have been cross country. Some of the moves have been within state. But needless to say, I'm tired of moving. I'm done with it. But this move is a big move. I'm being promoted, and just trying to get everything done. But you know, what's different about this move is that I'm selling my home. And I thought that buying a home was extremely difficult. It seems like selling a home is equally as difficult, if not more. A lot of paperwork, a lot of inspections to get done. I'm going to get some touch-up paint done in the home, and might have to end up getting one of my units, um, AC unit, replaced. If that happens, so be it. I'm okay, but it's a lot. It's a lot for one person to do. I'm very fortunate that my company is paying for the move, so that's huge. A little concerned about how long my home might stay on the market, even though the market that I live in is a very hot area. So I shouldn't have a problem, but pricing the home just right is going to be the tricky part. And I definitely want to make sure that my place is aesthetically pleasing to the person that buys it. I plan on putting it on the market by next month. So I don't have much time to get everything done. As you can see in my background, I have a lot of clothes in my closet that, of course, I want to pack up and take to the next place. I'm going to do some scouting this weekend for a place to stay at my new location, and that'll be that. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. I was considering, how to manage my budget for the next few months because it's going to be extremely different than what I've had over the past 4 years since I moved into this house. But I'm fortunate that I have learned how to budget, and so even if I'm renting a place and I'm still having to pay the mortgage on this place, I'll be fine because I'm down to the penny managing my expenses. And so this is a unique journey. Like I said, forgive me if I seem tired. I've been up since probably 2:30 in the morning, and it's now 7:11 p.m. So yeah, it's been a long day. I had a HVAC technician come in and do an inspection and found out that the age of my system was 14 years. I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds dated. And he presented me with some options as to whether I should, you know, get it repaired or replaced. And because I'm looking at selling a home, it would make more sense to get it replaced. So that's going to cost a couple $1,000. Money I don't have. What I'm considering doing is taking out a 0% credit card, putting it on there, and then when I sell the home, just go ahead and pay that off. So that is an option. I do have excellent credit, so that shouldn't be an issue, but it's a matter of timing. Because if I'm looking at getting a place in the location that I'm moving to, I want to make sure that my credit is at the top before applying for a new credit card. So I have a couple options. I could wipe out my emergency fund, which is an option. That's what it's there for. Do I consider this an emergency? Not necessarily. Because let's say I don't sell my home in the time period that I want to sell it in, I could rent it. That's a possibility, but I want to go ahead and sell it. There are a lot of reasons why I don't want to rent it out. Maybe I'll go into another video, but right now, I just, I've weighed my pros and cons, and selling would be the best option considering um, the the valuation of my property has increased over the past 4 years, and interest rates are going down, so this probably is the best time to sell. I'm not sure how low interest rates are going to go going forward, but I have been looking at comparables of townhomes in area, and I will say that mine is on the lower end, more reasonable, but I live close to a lot of amenities, and I think I should have a decent sale. So even if let's say I net 30 to 40 thousand, that'll be enough to wipe out my debt, and then I can focus on rebuilding. Well, of course, building a full emergency fund, but also building my savings towards another home if I choose to buy another home. Which thinking that this career move that I'm making will be the biggest and last career move that I make, I'll probably end up buying a home in the place that I move. So yeah, this will be my 11th move since 2005. 20 years. And it does wear on me because, I don't get a chance to build relationships as deep as I would hope. I lived out west in one particular state for 9 years. And I would say that as an adult, that was the longest time I've lived in one place. And I just remember I developed a lot of relationships. Had a lot of friends. We would go hang out. We would go to have coffee and just talk about life, and to just experience life together. And I missed that time. And even going back a little bit further than that, I lived in a small town where I had a lot of friends, and we would go to a lake house and do recording sessions. I miss stuff like that. So this place that I moved to next, I'm going to make an effort to build relationships and to be more open, and to talk about down in my budget, because I do see how much of an impact this had on my life, and in paying off almost $80,000 worth of consumer debt since 2020, and how easy it is to pick up the habit of budgeting. Thinking back to the past when I was trying to learn how to budget before actually understanding what it was about, I looked at a lot of different resources, listened to podcasts, and none of it stuck. But now that I've been zero-based budgeting since 2021, it's changed everything. I don't have credit card debt. I don't have to worry about that. But anyway, this weekend I'm going apartment house hunting, trying to figure out where I'm going to live. I need to probably secure a place within the next 2 weeks. And then I want to, like I said, put my house on the market in November. So I'll probably be moving my stuff at the beginning of November. So the middle of November is when I plan on putting the house on the market. And then I'll be sort of in between places for a couple of months before I fully assume my new role. My promotion actually takes effect on Monday. And I'm excited to be back in this position. Thinking back to 2019 when I was in dire straits, when I thought I was going to die, basically. And I was 50 pounds lighter than I am today. And I had pushed away everybody because I didn't want them to see how sick I was. And now I've been able to rebuild and actually build build a life that I would have never imagined. Becoming a homeowner was something I thought was impossible. And now that I've, done it, it's like, okay, all right, I can do this. I can manage my money responsibly. I can still have goals, because I do have a goal of going to the Montreal Jazz Festival. Probably not next year, but the year after next, when I'm fully settled and have learned my job, a job that I've been in previously. Yeah. So this was a 10-minute video on. I'm not sure about what. I'm not even sure what the title of this video is going to be, but I need to go to bed because I'm going to be up and early, out and about, doing some house hunting. But if you made it this far, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. You don't want to post my videos. You can find me at youtube.com/@NotInMyBudget. As always, thank you for watching. You all take care.